My wife had such a compassionate heart that she brought the young homeless man outside our apartment home for dinner, then demanded I give up my room so he could stay there. She spent the entire down payment I had saved on designer clothes for him and took him to 5-star restaurants. She said she was only helping him and told me not to be so petty. Then I got sick and ended up in the hospital. I called my wife and asked her to use the emergency funds in our bank account to pay for my surgery. She agreed right away. Despite that, I waited an entire day and missed the surgery, and the doctor told me I had only 1 month left to live. She never brought the money. Instead, I saw the photos she had posted on social media during her travels. My wife leaned against the homeless man in front of a famous landmark, smiling like she had everything she wanted. The caption read, "Wyatt said he's never been to any famous landmarks, so even if I have to spend every last cent, I'm going to take him around the world so he won't have any regrets." Also, someone was so afraid I'd spend money on Wyatt that he lied about being sick. He has no compassion at all. Only then did I realize her so-called sympathy was just an excuse for falling for someone else. In that case, I did not want her anymore. I was broke, so I sold my wedding ring to scrape together enough money for the medical bills. After my discharge, I took the divorce papers Hannah had signed last year, when she threw them in my face to force me into letting Wyatt move in, and filed them at the courthouse. Back then, she said with red-rimmed eyes, "If you can't make room for Wyatt, we'll get divorced." Because I loved her, I endured it like a fool. I never thought those papers would be useful now. The filing went smoothly. The clerk said I could finalize the divorce once the waiting period ended. Counting the days, I realized I would finish it before I died. The weight lifted from my chest. For the next 2 weeks, Hannah's social media looked like a travel magazine. She took Wyatt all over the Western continent, visiting every landmark. Wyatt wore new designer clothes in every photo, and his shoes cost more than 6 months of my salary. Meanwhile, I forced myself to work at my company by day, washed dishes at a restaurant from 5, and delivered Uber on my electric scooter late into the night. I had asked around. The cheapest cemetery plot cost $8,000. Other than my unpaid $3,000 salary, I was short a full $5,000. With less than a month left, even with a knife twisting inside my stomach, I did not dare to stop working. While washing dishes, my phone rang. Hannah's furious voice pierced the kitchen. "Nathan, didn't I text you to pick up Wyatt and me? Why aren't you here? We've been waiting at the airport for 2 hours." Past Nathan would have apologized repeatedly and rushed over. Now, I simply said, "I didn't see the text, and I don't have time. Get home yourself." Her voice spiked. "Nathan, are you still mad because I spent money on Wyatt? I told you I only felt bad for him, and I haven't even confronted you about pretending to be sick." I hung up. By the time I finished my part-time jobs and reached home, it was past 11 at night. I dragged myself inside, exhausted. Opening the door, I saw Hannah lying in Wyatt's arms on the couch, both laughing at the television. She quickly pulled away when she heard me, her face twisted with annoyance. "So you actually remembered to come home? Wyatt had to carry all the luggage because you didn't pick us up. He's exhausted. Can't you have a little compassion?" I ignored her, calmly removing my shoes, which only irritated her more. She marched toward me, but Wyatt staged an intervention. "Nathan was probably busy with work. He didn't mean it. Don't be mad, Hannah. I'm not tired." "Oh, Nathan, Hannah and I brought you a gift." He walked over like he was presenting a treasure, handing me a box. Inside was a scarf printed with landmarks. It was cheap synthetic fabric with rough threads sticking out. My throat tightened. I was severely allergic to that fabric. The last time I touched it, I was rushed to the ER. I yelled, "Take it away." Wyatt pushed it closer. "Nathan, I picked this especially for you. Don't you like it?" I said, "Take it away." My breathing turned ragged. "Nathan, what kind of attitude is that?" Hannah snatched the box and shoved it into my arms. "Wyatt was kind enough to bring you a present. Who are you making that face for?"